Hello. In this session, we will be discussing some assertion and reasoning questions from life process. And in this examination of 10th, we'll be having more than 3 questions which is based on assertion and reasoning, which carries 1 mark. So, we will be discussing some of the questions from the chapter life process. Here we go. Here I will be going to discuss about the instructions for writing the assertion and reasoning question. One sample is given over here. For question numbers 14, 15 and 16, 2 statements are given, one labeled as assertion A and the other labeled as reason R. Select the correct answer to these questions from the codes A, B, C and D as given below. So 4 options are given over here. The first one is both A and R are true and R is the correct explanation of the assertion. So here statements of assertion and reason is true and R is the correct explanation for supporting the assertion. And second option, both A and R are true but R is not the correct explanation of the assertion. So here what the statement which is given as assertion and reason is true, but reasoning is not the correct explanation for that given statement. C, A is true but R is false. Statement assertion will be true but something not related statement will be given there as R. So the statement is R is not true. And A is false and R is true. So in that fourth option you can see the assertion statement won't be connecting with the reasoning, so it is not some false statement will be given over there, and the statement given for the reason may true. So you can choose the fourth option. So for knowing this assertion and reasoning questions, the content could be very much thorough. Then only you will be able to connect these 2 statements and you can find out the appropriate options from this ABCD. This is the first question. I will be reading the assertion and the reason and explaining the answer for this. The first assertion: in human beings, the respiratory pigment is hemoglobin. And the reason which is given in the question is, it is a type of protein which has high affinity to carbon dioxide. We will be checking the answer for this. The answer is, assertion is correct, but the reason is incorrect because this hemoglobin has a high affinity for oxygen. In the question it is given that hemoglobin will be having a high affinity for carbon dioxide. That's why it is clarified here. The hemoglobin doesn't have any affinity for carbon dioxide. It will be having more affinity for oxygen than carbon dioxide. So here in this question, assertion is correct, but the reason is incorrect. Reason is not the correct explanation for the assertion. And second question, assertion: arteries are thick-walled and elastic in nature. Reason which is given, arteries have to transport blood away from the heart. Answer for this question is, reason does not explain the assertion statement. The correct statement could be like, arteries carry blood under pressure, that's why they are thick-walled. We have already learned that, right? The differences between arteries and veins. Arteries are thick-walled because they need to hold the high-pressure blood which is coming from the heart. Heart is applying a high pressure to pump the blood to the different parts of the body. So arteries could be able to carry or hold that pressure without any breakage. That's why arteries are thick-walled. So here reasons are not explained properly. Assertions are correct. Reason is not the correct explanation to that assertion. Moving to the next assertion: Diffusion does not meet high energy requirements of multicellular organisms. Reason: diffusion is a fast process but only occurs at the surface of the body. And the answer for this: assertion is correct, but the reason is incorrect. That means it's not the correct explanation for the assertion. Diffusion is very slow process and can't meet the energy requirements for multicellular organism. Example, if an oxygen molecule travels from lungs to toe by diffusion, it will take 3 years to reach its target size. So that is the thing, the correct explanation for the reason for the given assertion statement. I hope it is clear. So only because of the diffusion, the energy need of the body could not be satisfied. Understood? So assertion is correct, but reason is false. Next one. In the daytime, carbon dioxide generated during respiration is used up for photosynthesis. Reason: there is no carbon dioxide released during daytime. Answer: both the assertion and reason are true, and R is the correct explanation of A. What is the assertion? In daytime, carbon dioxide generated during respiration is used up for photosynthesis. Of course, we know that, right? What is the reason? There is no carbon dioxide released during the day, because during the time of the daytime, they will be utilizing this carbon dioxide for photosynthesis. At night, they will be releasing carbon dioxide and they will be utilizing the oxygen. So, A and R are true, and R is the correct explanation of A. Moving to the next. Haemodialysis can save the life of patients with kidney failure. Reason is, waste products like urea can be removed from the blood by hemodialysis. Here, assertion and reason are true, and reason is the correct explanation of A, assertion. Because we know that the patient, those who are having some kidney failures, the proper removal of the waste process won't be happening. So accumulation of this waste will be there in their body. Excess amount of this waste products accumulation in their body may be lead to death. So it has to be removed from the body. So they will be going for hemodialysis, right? Dialysis. Artificial dialysis. So they will be doing, and they will be filtering out all these unwanted substances from the blood and again passing this blood back to their body. So this is the correct explanation. In the case of kidney failure, hemodialysis is the process of purifying blood or removing waste products like urea by an artificial kidney. This can save the life of the patient. I hope it is clear. And moving to the next. Assertion: photosynthesis is an anabolic process. Reason: the process of photosynthesis occurs in chlorophyll. Answer is, assertion is true, but reason is false. What do they have said? Photosynthesis is an anabolic process. For explanation, we can say photosynthesis is an anabolic process as it takes carbon dioxide and water, then assembles them into glucose. The process of photosynthesis occurs in the chloroplast. It's an anabolic process. They will be joining, right? After joining the things, they will be bringing up the new products. In that sense, it's correct. But the reason which is given over here is false. Assertion: alveoli contain an extensive network of blood vessels. Reason: alveoli is the site where exchange of gases occurs. So here what is the statements? Both A and R are true, and R is the correct explanation of A, because alveoli is having a lot of blood vessels, extensive blood vessels over there, because alveoli is the site of exchange of gases. Through the process of diffusion, carbon dioxide and oxygen is getting diffusing each other. They are getting transported to alveoli to the blood and also from blood to the alveoli. So A and R are true, and R is the correct explanation of A. The alveoli of lungs are richly supplied with blood and are the sites where exchange of gases, oxygen and the carbon dioxide, occurs between the blood and the atmosphere. Next, assertion. Plants excrete various waste products during their life process. Reason? They produce urea just like humans. It's a very simple one, right? You don't want to think a lot to find out the correct option for this. Assertion is true, but reason is not the correct one. It's false. Like human beings and other organisms, plants also excrete various waste products during their life process. The waste products include gums, carbon dioxide, oxygen, resins, rubber, etc. Urea is produced in humans' liver and excreted in the form of urine through urethra. Plants do not produce urea. So assertion is true, but reason is false. Bile is essential for digestion of lipids. Reason? Bile juice contains enzymes. Here, assertion is true and reason is the false statement. Assertion. Valves are present in the arteries. Reason? Arteries carry oxygenated blood from heart to different body parts except pulmonary artery. So, valves are present in the arteries. Assertion is false, but reason is true. Valves are not present or valves are absent is in the artery. We can't see any valves in the artery, but these valves are present in the veins. Why or what is the significance of valves which is present in the veins? Which will be preventing the backflow of blood. So valves are absent in the arteries and present in the veins, which will be preventing the backflow of blood. Assertion. Liver is known as the smallest gland of the body. Reason? It secretes salivary amylase. We all know that liver is the largest gland of our body, right? So it's very easy to find out. Assertion and the reason are false because salivary amylase is secreted by the salivary gland. So both the assertion and the reason are false. Liver is known as the largest gland of the body which secrete bile juice. Salivary glands secrete salivary amylase. So both the assertion and the reason are false. Assertion. Human body produces highly toxic substances which if not eliminated may cause the death. Reason. Excretory substance removes nitrogenous waste from the body. Here we know that assertion and reason are true, but reason is not the correct explanation of assertion. We know that this toxic substances has to be eliminated from our body, otherwise it may lethal, it may cause death. But what is the reason given over here? Excretory substances remove nitrogenous waste from the body only given here, right? If these harmful waste are not removed from the body, it may cause death of the organism. It was stated in the assertion itself. So the given reason is not correct for the explanation of A. Assertion. Haemoglobin is the respiratory pigment in human beings. Reason. It transports oxygen in the human body. Of course, we know that the red color given to the blood is by hemoglobin, and which is having a good affinity towards oxygen. We have been already discussed in the same session, right? Yeah, hemoglobin is the respiratory pigment in human beings. It takes up oxygen from the air in the lungs and carries it to tissues. Both assertion and reason are true, and reason is the correct explanation of assertion. So I hope you have understood all the assertion and reasoning question what we were discussed now, and this is the part 1 of the life process, and I will be keep on uploading the assertion and reasoning and comprehension type of questions, etc., based on the format of this year. Okay, thank you.